Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and happy Black History Month. I hope you're enjoying the series. It's moving right along. So I won't hold you. Let's jump back in where we left off, which was with Abraham and Sarah finally having their promised child, Isaac, and Abraham sending his servant off to find Isaac a wife. Meanwhile, Abraham got remarried to a black woman named Keturah, and they had children together. I suspect this is why Kanye says this.
Black people can't be anti-Semitic. We are Jew. You understand what I'm saying? We are Jew.
Don't quote me on it because I don't know for sure, but I imagine that's why he says that black people are Jews. But anyway, back to the story. Abraham lived to be 175 years old, and when he died, he divided all of his wealth between his children, with Isaac receiving the largest portion. Ishmael and Isaac came together to bury their father in the same place that Sarah was buried. Now, in case you're curious to know whatever happened to Ishmael all of his life, he did get married, he had 12 sons, and he lived on the border of Egypt. And just like it was said, he was in conflict with everyone around them. He lived to be 137 years old, and he died with his family around him. After Isaac and Rebekah were married, they had a set of twins. They named them Esau and Jacob. Esau was a hunter and stayed outside all of the time. Jacob, however, was handsome and stayed inside, learning how to cook with Rebekah. So Jacob became Rebekah's favorite, but Esau was Isaac's favorite. One day, Jacob was inside cooking, and Esau came in from hunting, and he was starving. He asked Jacob, "Give me some of that food you're cooking." And Jacob was greedy, just like his uncle Laban, and said, "Sell me your birthright. Because you are the oldest son, Esau, you'll inherit most of Isaac's wealth that he inherited from Abraham." Esau said, "I'm not thinking about my birthright right now. I'm starving." Jacob said, "Swear, Esau." And so Esau swore. Time goes on, and there is another famine that hits the region. So Isaac, Rebekah, and the twins have to leave the area, and God tells Isaac to go to a city called Gerar. Isaac gets to Gerar, and you won't believe what Isaac tells the men in Gerar. He tells the men in Gerar that Rebekah is his sister. Because Rebekah was so beautiful, he was afraid that the men would kill him for her. Like father, like son. This time, however, God does not intervene with a dream. The king of Gerar just so happens to be looking out of his window and sees Isaac and Rebekah acting in a way that clearly said they are not brother and sister. The king confronts Isaac and says, "Why did you tell us she was your sister? What if one of my men would have tried to marry her?" Isaac said, "I was afraid that one of the men might kill me because Rebekah is so beautiful." The king made an announcement to all of his men, "Do not touch this woman because she is Isaac's wife." Isaac planted in Gerar, and everything returned in abundance. And over the years, he became even more wealthy. As time went on, the men in Gerar became very jealous of Isaac and tried to sabotage Isaac's success by stopping up all of his wells. Isaac continued to prosper despite their efforts because God was with him. Isaac became so much more prosperous than all of the others around him that the king of Gerar had to eventually ask Isaac to leave Gerar. Isaac moved from around them and had his servants to unstop all of the water wells. One day, one of Isaac's wells sprung up with water, and the Philistines came and said, "That's our well." Isaac said, Okay, no worries. I will dig another well." And sure enough, they came with the same story. "That's our well too." But again, Isaac said, "Fine, okay." That night, God spoke to Isaac and told him because of his father Abraham's obedience, he would bless Isaac and his family. Isaac worshiped the Lord in their new place and settled in. Then Abimelech and two of his buddies came walking up on Isaac one day. Isaac said, "What do you want? Don't you hate me? Didn't you tell me to get away from y'all?" They listened to what Isaac had to say and said, "We see that clearly the Lord is with you. Everything you do, Isaac, prospers. Remember, Isaac, when you first came to us from the famine, we were kind to you. We didn't try to harm you or turn you and your family away. So let's vow to be friends, not enemies, and have each other's back if it comes to that." They ate and drank together, and Abimelech and his homies left the next morning in peace and as allies. Then Isaac's servants dug up yet another well, and water sprung up from that one too. Isaac and Rebekah's oldest twin Esau got married at the age of 40, but Isaac and Rebekah were not happy about the union. Many, many years passed, and now Isaac was really old and could no longer see. Isaac called Esau in and said, "Listen, son, I'm about to die soon, so I want to speak a blessing over you that is due to the oldest son. This is what I want you to do. Go out and hunt and bring back your catch, and make me a stew, you know, the one that I like, and bring it to me, and I'll bless you." Now, Rebekah was eavesdropping on their conversation, and she ran to Jacob. "Jacob, listen, I overheard your father tell Esau to go hunt and make him some stew so that he can bless Esau. Now, Jacob, I want you to do exactly what I tell you. First, go out into our yard, get me 2 baby goats, and I will make your father's favorite stew. Then, I want you to take it in there and trick your father into blessing you, not Esau." Jacob said, "Look, Mom, Esau is so hairy and my skin is so smooth. As soon as Dad reaches out to touch me, he'll know that I'm not Esau, and then he will curse me, not bless me, because I'm trying to deceive him." Rebekah said, "Son, this is my plan, not yours. So if you get caught, I'll be cursed, not you." Just like her brother Laban and her family, always trying to get over. Anyway, Jacob followed his mother's instructions. Rebekah went and got some of Esau's clothes and put them on Jacob. She also took the skin of the goats and laid it on Jacob's hands and neck. She gave Jacob the stew and made some bread to go with it and sent Jacob into Isaac. Jacob took the stew into Isaac and said, "My father?" Isaac said, "Yes, who's there?" Jacob said, "It's me, your firstborn son." Isaac said, "How did you do all that I told you to do so quickly?" Jacob said, "The Lord your God helped me." Isaac said, "Come here. Let me feel you and see if you are really Esau, because you sound like Jacob." Isaac said, "You feel like Esau. Are you really Esau?" And Jacob said, "I am." Isaac said, "Well, bring me the stew and come close." Isaac ate the stew, and Jacob gave him some wine to drink. Isaac said, "Come here, son, for a kiss." Isaac smelled Esau's clothes that Jacob was wearing, and he blessed Jacob, asking God to bless Jacob with riches, power, honor, and that his brothers would always bow down to him. Right after Jacob ran out, here comes Esau with his stew that he made for his father. Esau said, "Rise up and eat the stew that you requested so that you can bless me." Isaac said, "Who are you?" "It's me, Esau." "Well, who just came in here with stew that I just blessed?" Isaac said, "Whoever that was, they are indeed blessed, and I cannot take it back." Isaac said, "Your brother tricked me, and I blessed him instead of you, and he has taken away your blessing." Esau cried out, "No! He has tricked me twice. First, he took my birthright, and now he has taken my blessing too. Do you have another blessing for me? Is it only one?" Isaac said, "I bless Jacob with riches, power, honor, and that all of his brothers will serve him." Esau said, "Well, what about me?" Isaac said, "You will always be an outdoorsman. You will always be at war with someone, and unfortunately, you will serve your brother. But one day you will come into power, and then you'll be free and no longer bound to your brother." Esau hated Jacob and said, "After I finish mourning my father's death, I will kill my brother Jacob." All right, well, we'll stop right here. After Jacob has tricked Esau out of his birthright and his blessing, and he vows to kill Jacob, we have to see how this turns out. And also, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any episodes. And I'll see you in the next episode of Storytime Wednesday. Bye.
Be upon you in 1,000 generations, and your family, and your children, and their children, and their children. May His favor be upon you in 1,000 generations, your family, your children, their children, their children. May His favor be upon